I am a CPA and a former auditor, as well as being an expert level writer, researcher, and negotiator. Let's delve into a fascinating topic. The U.S. tax court allows self representation as a matter of right, as you know, and a CPA can be extremely valuable to a pro se, on your own, U.S. tax court petitioner, even though the CPA is not appearing as counsel. I'm going to give you a practical tax court focused breakdown of the major documents and work product a CPA can prepare or provide that materially improves a taxpayer's chances, especially in cases that settle before trial, which is most cases. In point of fact, in 2024, 99.2% of all cases moving in tax court were either dismissed or settled prior to trial. That's a pretty good average. First, let's look at the tax court petition support, pre filing support. A CPA cannot sign the petition unless admitted, but can prepare most everything behind it. In point of fact, some of it is so complex only a qualified CPA can handle it. CPA contributions include an issue identification memo, what's really being disputed, a deficiency reconciliation of the IRS versus the federal tax return, a checklist. Is it a valid statutory notice of deficiency, correct tax years, timely petition? A CPA can draft a statement of errors, which is plain English, fact based. A CPA can draft a statement of facts aligned to IRS records. This often prevents fatal petition defects. And then there's the IRS account transcripts and administrative record analysis. Critical CPA documents include annotated account transcripts, wage and income transcript comparison. CPAs do these things all the time. Assessment date, timeline, statute of limitations analysis, penalty approval review, and a deliverable format, a chronological event summary, an assessment notice matrix, identification of procedural weaknesses. These are often the strongest leverage points in tax court cases. Again, CPAs around the country in all 50 states do these all the time. Tax recomputations, corrected schedules. CPAs can prepare corrected Form 1040s on a pro forma basis. Revised schedules A, C, E, and F, depreciation schedules, basis computations, passive activity loss calculations, which is often a point of dispute. And why this matters, the IRS counsel will not settle without numbers, and courts rely on recomputations from CPAs even when the IRS concedes issues. Next, let's look at substantiation packages. CPAs can assemble ready documentation, including income reconciliation binders, expense substantiation matrices, bank deposit analysis, asset acquisition and disposition schedules. CPAs can output and prepare exhibit numbered PDFs, summary exhibits under Rule 1006, cross references to transcript entries. This is the backbone of most substantiation cases. I can also prepare a penalty defense documentation. For example, a reasonable cause narrative, a reliance on professional statements, a first time abatement eligibility analysis, compliance checklists, failure to file, failure to pay mitigation summaries. These are frequently decisive in penalty only cases. And CPAs, and I, of course, among them, can produce net worth analyses, indirect method critiques, inventory reconstructions, valuation work papers on a non expert basis, cash flow summaries. And this often causes the IRS, these statements and these exhibits that are in effect prepared, they force IRS concessions. They narrow the issues of the case and they support settlement. And another one of the most underrated CPA contributions, CPAs can draft proposed stipulations, identify uncontested facts, tie facts to IRS records, and eliminate unnecessary disputes. Judges strongly favor, obviously, stipulated cases. And then factual support. This is critical for pro se success. CPAs can prepare factual support for motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction, a summary judgment fact section, and various other motions, including motions to strike penalties. While the taxpayer files the motions, the CPA applies and supplies the substance. And finally, a settlement position for the taxpayer, a decision matrix. A CPA can provide best case, worst case exposure analysis for the client, potential settlement ranges, and cash flow impact projections. This helps taxpayers know when to settle and when to proceed. Stay in touch and check out my website. Send me an email. I'll send you my CV and personal data. Have a good day.